You know that feeling when you wake up in the morning just all refreshed and ready to go for the day? Statistically, probably not, because about 30 to 35% of adults report bad sleep, and this could be for a number of reasons. Either too much screen time, unhealthy eating, or just the blue light coming from your phone. So that I can finally get to the bottom of this, I decided to watch Answer in Progress, Why Are You So Tired? Are both you and I going to be sleeping like babies tonight? I guess we'll find out. Also, if you want to be in one of these videos, make sure you follow me at my streaming channels where I plan on reacting to more videos and also playing a bunch of games. Off the bat, that sound is already traumatizing.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
So am I, sis.
When I'm working, when I'm eating, when I'm having fun.
Oof, that blink too. As a chronic dry eye haver, that blink is all too familiar.
Is when I should be asleep. I don't know what's going on, but it needs to stop.
Exactly. For some reason, I'm also like my tiredness, like the later it gets, the least tired I get, at least. I don't know if that makes any sense.
So, I'm finally ditching my phone, finding a better way to wake up, and talking with a sleep scientist to figure it out. Thank you to Hostinger for sponsoring a portion of this video.
Thank you,
and to our patrons
Hostinger,
for supporting the channel.
And patrons.
So I think I know what's causing my problem. I think you know what's causing my problem.
I was gonna say probably, yeah. The blue light from the phone is definitely not good, but it's like, for me, it just like helps. It helps like calm down. It helps unwind. Like I'm playing on my Steam Deck or something. Fields of Mishra just came out. Bada bing, bada boom. That game's pretty good, but it's like it just helps for some reason.
But maybe it isn't a problem. Have you ever considered that? Like, I've been tired my whole life, and that hasn't stopped me from achieving mediocrity. I just go to bed at 11 p.m. and then use my phone until 2 a.m. when I literally...
I was about to say, 11 p.m. is like crazy early, I think. We're normal people. It's like late, but like, unless you're falling asleep at 1:30, you're not living life.
I can't hold my eyes open anymore, and then I wake up at 7 a.m. to a blaring alarm, and then I start using my phone again. What's wrong with that? It turns at 7 a.m. to a blaring alarm, and then I start using my phone again.
You've got the 7 a.m., 7:05 a.m., 7:10 a.m.
What's wrong with that? It turns out a lot.
If you use Google Scholar and try to find the relationship between phones and sleep, it's exactly what you expect. Not good. But how bad?
I've always heard that. It's, like I said, the blue light, and especially coming, I work from home, so coming from a 3 screens blaring at me sometimes.
I picked up this pop science book, which I thought would answer a lot of my questions, but it really just had me asking a new one. Am I gonna die? Dementia, diabetes, heart failure, death. This book links all of that to bad sleep, and it's freaking me out. While I was reading the book, I did have some issues with the way it framed some examples. It was definitely written to make sleep seem like a life or death issue, but that is in extreme cases.
I mean, you'd be surprised, like, how depressed you can be with like a sleep. It is actually,
it was pretty clear that sleep
so
is
devastating.
Inextractable from quality of life. Kinda seems obvious, but seeing it in black and white made me realize that I should take this seriously. So I'm gonna do the thing that everybody says I should do. I'm taking my phone and I'm putting it in a different room when I go to sleep.
How are you gonna wake up? How is she gonna wake up?
But in my defense,
also, that's tough because I always feel like, well, maybe it's just like Pavlovian, but I kind of like have to have my phone with me at all times.
Destroying my sleep, my phone does serve a purpose. It's my alarm clock. So if I'm leaving it in a different room, I need to find an alternative. So I got all of them. I just know I'm gonna get weird ads.
The gun alarm.
For a while. I chose these because I wanted to target different ways I could possibly wake up. This is the Lexon Flip Plus LCD alarm clock. It tells the time, it has an alarm. If you want to turn it off, you flip it over. Of course, we have the Philips Sun.
I've seen some of those, well, it's on the phone, yeah, but some of them are where you have to like solve a puzzle or something. I've always wanted to try those, but never got around to it.
Sunrise simulator. This will slowly get brighter to simulate the sunrise. Next, we have this. It's an alarm clock with a bed.
That sunrise one is sounds pretty interesting
so
too.
It uses vibration to wake you up.
I want to see the gun. I want to see the alarm gun.
I believe these are especially useful for people who are hard of hearing. In hindsight, I'm not sure the sound is the...
That looks like a brick that's gonna fall on you. I gotta be honest. Just tie it with a single string. Just hope for the best. Hope that it wakes you up on time.
I think that's satisfying. But look how shiny that is. Bed vibrator.
I don't think you can say that.
Don't demonetize this video.
Exactly.
The Sound Spa Slumber Sense.
Oh, she's just trying everything at this
Stink
point.
to wake me up.
Stink.
Reminds me of a rice cooker.
I mean, that would have to be the worst way to wake up. Your whole room just smells like absolute
Got a bit of target
garbage.
practice. When your alarm goes
there it
off,
is. Come
this
on.
target should go
Come on,
up.
come on, come on.
And then you have to use like a little laser pointer. Oh my
that's
god.
actually
to stop
pretty
the
cool.
alarm. Notice how I'm avoiding using a certain word. That's on purpose. The final alarm clock, it runs away from you. The idea is that once your alarm goes off in the morning, this
Alarm clock technology has gotten out of
thing
hand. I
will
did
just
not know we were on the brink of extinction
run away.
like this.
So you have to get out of bed to go catch it and shut it off. I wrote up a quick script in Python
That's actually
that'll
really
set the order
funny.
for me. We are starting with the stinky alarm clock. All right.
Of course, I
Let's
turned it
figure
up just. Oh, you know what?
How
No.
to get this thing working. So we've got the big old egg thing. Plug the adapter into the diffuser, then plug the adapter into this outlet. Seems pretty straightforward.
I mean, yeah, it can't be that complicated.
Day one. Let's do it. Wait.
Honestly, I wish you the best because these bags don't like. This is from lack of sleep or like not good sleep, and these bags are expensive, ladies.
Put this. Bye-bye. Okay, let's get to sleep. Nope.
Yeah, that is a problem that I have too. Like I lay down, I close my eyes because again, my eyes are excessively dry. It's so dry I have to put eye drops in sometimes, and that just closing my eyes and hoping for the best does not work.
Were you guys just hanging out without me?
You said you were going to sleep.
Why do you look so tall? You sit in the middle.
Why?
This is like a bad Scooby-Doo.
I want to know how you guys fall asleep.
I look at the inside of my eyes.
Shut up.
That's crazy.
Like I'll just lay there and let sleep take over. But if that doesn't work,
I have to be actually like I have to be beyond exhausted for that I have to be beyond exhausted for that to happen. Like for me to fall asleep naturally without tossing and turning for at least like 45 minutes.
then I'll listen to like
And like some of my friends can just like hit the pillow and just like fall asleep. I'm so jealous of them.
soundscape, rainy day cafe.
Soundscape sometimes can work. My girlfriend puts this dreamy forest music that she has sometimes, and it's like a 20% chance.
But it's the 1970s or something. I don't know. But it's like someone else is in the other room, and then
There's someone else in the room.
but it's normal. It's calming.
Look at the inside of my eyelids and really focus.
Bro, shut up, please.
on
Just
the-
get him out of the video. Get him out of the video,
spend all
please.
the time trying to see
How
the
do
black.
you look? It's closed.
But I put a pillow on my head. The room doesn't exist anymore. The pillow exists only. If it's a problem with my brain, then I need to like have my brain think about something else. I listen to podcasts.
See, but that's the thing. Like my brain just keeps on thinking. It just doesn't shut up. So it's like people are like, "Oh, just think of sheep." I'm thinking. My brain is active.
You watch this video at half speed.
It's time for you to go to sleep.
We should make sleep stuff.
What do you mean by that?
Here's what I mean by that. We both know that sleep is really important, and I'm trying to help us get more of it. So I've compiled and will continue to compile all of the things that I find helpful, like sources, sleep aids, and other advice that might not make it into this video. Luckily, I can still share it with you using a website I made with Hostinger, who sponsored this video.
I
When
see.
you have an idea, I think it's important
Ethical
to make it
reacts,
as quickly
baby.
as possible, because then you can see it in real life and test if it's actually a good idea, or find ways to iterate and improve. Luckily, that's easy with Hostinger, an all-in-one website solution. With their premium plan, I was
I just
able
wanted to
to
create my own
claim
website.
for free and
But,
got a
like,
unique website in seconds by typing my idea into
would just
their
be like
AI
pictures of my
website
dog or
builder.
something.
Then I just added in our unique sleep advice and sleep aids, like making cookies
Oh,
really
that looks super
quietly.
easy though.
or talking about Cookie Clicker.
You start by hiring some grandmas.
With analytics, SEO, and an AI heat map to predict which parts of the page
He
will
knows
get
it
the most
all.
attention, that's everything Snorville needs. But if I feel like I'm ready for more advanced features, I can easily migrate to WordPress. It is genuinely amazing how quickly I was able to bring this late night idea to life in just a few clicks. It's empowering, but
Sometimes
also just
the lack of
really
sleep
fun
can
if
help
you
out
wanna bring
with
your
ideas,
idea
though. I will
online
say
with a
that.
free domain,
You just think about
professional
everything.
booking emails, and dozens of other premium features. Hostinger is here for you with 24/7 customer support and some incredible limited time offers. The plan I used is just $1.99 a month, and you get an additional 10% off if you use our coupon code ANSWER. So get started today at hostinger.com/answer10 and find everything you need to create a website. Now I should follow our own advice and get to sleep.
It was instant. That would smell like absolute dog shit. Oh shit.
I don't know why I thought waking up to the sound of a crackling fire was a good idea. I didn't even smell anything. I was like, couldn't figure out how to
Okay.
turn it off. This sucked. Hopefully tomorrow.
I don't think that's the device's fault.
Why?
That sounds like a bomb. That. Why even use the flip one? That sounds so simple.
This is. By the way, I have still been drinking coffee throughout this whole thing. I didn't want to change too many variables at once, and after watching Melissa's experience quitting coffee, it's hard. Things might get too bleak.
That's one thing I am glad that I don't have like a caffeine addiction of any sort. Those are so hard to shake off.
I was absolutely convinced that getting rid of my phone would have like changed things, and that at least one of the alarm clocks would help me feel better. But I've used all of them, and it's not great. Turn off! Die! I thought that putting my phone in the other room would solve my problem of going to sleep late, but it hasn't. I didn't realize, but I guess I'd been using my phone to silence the part of my brain that has generalized anxiety disorder. So yeah, now instead of doom scrolling before turning on a podcast and falling asleep, I just feel a sense of doom for a few hours before
My favorite.
eventually
My favorite. Holographic sense of doom.
falling asleep. And this anxiety also means that all of the alarm clocks are basically the same. I'm a light sleeper. I know that I'm a light sleeper. I don't know how I convinced myself that a gentler sound would make me feel better. Bro, I think birds chirping are a jump scare. Now, I have noticed two benefits, right? First, when I wake up in the middle of the night due to any given sound, I can't use my phone. It's annoying, but it probably means that I'm getting more sleep as a whole. Two,
Yeah.
I have more hours in my day. Because I'm not using my phone in the morning, I get through my morning routine way faster because I'm not doom scrolling on the toilet. It's the
Oh, I see. I was about to say, like, as soon as you wake up, you start doom scrolling. You might have actually, you might have a real problem. But if it's on the toilet, I mean, just like, you do your business. I don't think like if you take like less than 10 minutes minimum, this shouldn't really be that big of a problem. But
little things
I don't know how long the average doom scroller is
Right.
on the
Those are two
toilet, at
great
least.
benefits, but hasn't solved my problem. I am still tired, so Plan A has failed. I need
What
to
a
take
shame.
a different approach. So I went back to researching, but instead of just focusing on the relationship between phones and sleep, I tried to get a better sense of the bigger picture. I look like an inverted pumpkin. Anyway, I've looked into culture
She kind of does. That outfit's kind of fire though.
and society, psychology.
Like as a stay-at-home fit.
Biology,
Goes crazy.
And it turns out sleep is a little more complex than just closing your eyes for a few hours. The quality of your sleep depends on a lot of biological, environmental, and social factors. And the quantity of your sleep can be out of your control because of things like school, work, and familial obligation. These are all things that I kind of knew from my last round of research, but now that I am trying to actually process all of it instead of just blaming my phone, I realize I have no idea what I'm doing. There are like 1,000,001 interdisciplinary things that might be impacting my sleep, and I studied math, guys. The only thing I can do is count sheep. So I think it's finally time that I ask
Which
for
doesn't
some help.
work most of the time. At least not for me.
I'm a sleep scientist, and
Oh, she went to the big guns.
Research specifically mobile phones and bedtime procrastination. I think that a lot of people have an unrealistic expectation of what their sleep should look like, and they think that they're getting bad sleep or that they're a bad sleeper, and you should never label yourself that way, just when you're getting kind of normal sleep.
Can I be honest with you for a second?
Please
It was
do.
only after she said that when I realized that I have no idea what I'm trying to get out of this. Like, I assumed that if I slept good enough, I'd just wake up and be a stock image model. But it turns out that the result of good sleep is basically just, are you awake enough to do the things you need to?
I mean, I've never woken up and been like, you know, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl, and just like jumped out. I mean, sometimes I have, but very rarely. But I have to like have the best sleep of my life.
Do without being in real
As much as I would like to believe that I'm a morning person, I am not a
risk of
morning
falling
person.
asleep at any given moment.
At least not like, give me like 45 minutes to shake off the grogginess, and then we can talk. Or then I'll start, you know, jumping around, whatnot, doing
that already.
jumping
I thought
jacks.
there was another level to unlock. It's like learning Santa Claus isn't real. But despite how disappointing and honestly kind of vague the idea of good sleep is, the science on how to get it is surprisingly clear.
So I want you to imagine
It's all about the
that
REM
when you
cycles,
wake up,
baby.
You're at 0. You're hypothetically well rested. So throughout the course of the day, you build up something that's called sleep pressure. It's also sometimes called a sleep drive, and it's one of the processes that dictates when you sleep. Your sleep pressure
See, talk like if this is the wake up, talk to me about like right here. After I've shaken up the grogginess, after taking a shower really helps you wake up in the morning. I do not feel fully awake until I brush my teeth and take a shower.
increases and increases and increases until you get to this point at night when you have so much sleep pressure that you can't stay awake anymore and your body physically needs to sleep.
This process should work in harmony with your circadian rhythm, which uses your body's internal clock to dictate things like appetite and alertness. So ideally, when you sleep, you relieve your sleep pressure and wake up feeling alert. But these processes can fall out of sync with shift work, jet lag, sleep procrastination, or even blue light.
Unfortunately, also sleep procrastination. I am... Sometimes I feel tired, but like I don't want to go to sleep because I don't know, there's the job's not finished. There's still stuff to do. I could still be like being on my Steam Deck or something, you know?
Blue light is the reason I've heard for
I mostly blame a little bit of myself for my lack of sleep, but it's mostly my body, but a little bit me. Sometimes I'm like, I should go to bed, but
why I should
I have nothing to do tomorrow.
have my phone at night. It's also why I thought putting it away would solve all my problems. But it turns out there's nuance.
What
Yeah,
I'm
but
concerned
it's obviously not as easy as just like putting your phone in the other room. I wish it was. I would have been doing that.
about is what
I
people
would have long
do on their
did that.
phones. In some research,
Like I started taking, what's it called? Like, what's that vitamin? It wasn't zinc, but I did try zinc. I tried vitamin D, magnesium. There you go. I tried magnesium for a while, which I mean, like, I don't know if it worked or didn't work, but it just like, it wasn't that big of a effect for me.
This is referred to as passive media and active media. So you can imagine passive media as things that help
But
you
music,
relax.
probably.
Active media you could define more as things that are kind of keeping you hooked. So you could be using your phone to de-stress, to watch a comforting YouTube video to kind of relax and like get in the mood for sleep. If that works for you, then go for it. You need to make your sleep work for you rather than to try to conform to society's expectations.
So I wonder where, because sometimes I have The Office playing in the back, which is probably more active media, but I've heard it so many times that it's just for the background noise. So I'm not going to blame The Office for it.
Of when you should sleep and when you should get up. There's a lot of shame around not sleeping well or being a bad sleeper, but it's just like an area of health. Like you can just keep working at it and keep trying to get a little bit better, but your best is okay.
It was only after
I hope my body's giving it 110% to fall asleep.
hour-long conversation I had with Vanessa when I really started to accept how much I'd let my feelings guide my research. It was bound to happen because this subject really matters to me and I wanted an answer as quickly as I could. But it's a whole field of research and there's so much information and I got overwhelmed, so I just let my gut decide what to focus on. However, my gut isn't always right. For example, the reason I feel tired all day might not have anything to do with sleep.
Quite often, you
That
can
is
feel
true.
tired because you're just not moving your body enough. You're not spending enough time.
Another thing that works, I don't know what she's going to say. It's probably going to be something along this. But like being active, obviously, because, you know, if you're sitting at your computer all day, you still have all that energy inside. So maybe like taking a walk around the neighborhood or, I don't know, mowing your lawn, even spending time with friends, like outside. Not necessarily, well, yeah, I'd say outside. These are all things that can help with sleep.
I'm in the natural sunlight. You're not eating things that are giving you like the
Also, not eating after 6 is something that I don't know if 6, that's kind of like, not eating after 8 or 7 at least is something that can definitely help because you're not like, as you digest, you get your proteins from your food,
nutrients. All of these
energy from your food.
things can contribute to how you feel, and they're all kind of interconnected.
Even Canada's sleep recommendations is sandwiched in between movement guidelines. I just totally ignored it because I thought if I was tired, I had to fix my sleep.
Wrong.
So with that lesson learned, I decided to give this experiment one more week. With some changes. Instead of trying to find one big fix, I focused on small tweaks to my sleep hygiene. I kept my phone to listen to podcasts, but I set it to airplane mode to avoid social media. I set my alarm on my phone because it turns out
Also, blackout windows are like a blessing.
every alarm clock sucks. At least my phone keeps track of the time zone.
I would have kept the shooty one. I guess I can't say the G word, but that one looks pretty
When
fun.
my alarm went off, I got up to keep my bed associated with sleep. And then, this was the biggest change. I went for a morning walk. Just pumped some daylight into my eyes and reminded my circadian rhythm what time it is. Plus, it was a chance at some exercise and to catch up on the playlist Melissa curated for our newsletter. Throughout the day, I tried to stretch and drink water at least once an hour. And when it was time for bed, I'd do it all over again. I didn't stop drinking coffee, I didn't go to sleep at the exact same time every day, and I just stared out the window one morning when I was too lazy to go for a walk. Thank you so much. But 1
God, it would be so nice just living in the city.
week later,
I could say that
Florida ain't got none of that.
these changes were way
Most of Florida doesn't have any of
more
that.
effective.
It's mostly just highways and a whole bunch of insects and bugs. What I wouldn't give to live in a city on a cold day. What a blessing.
Than any of those wacky alarm clocks. Like, I'm still not a stock image model in the morning, but a more consistent routine has made it easier for me to predict my energy levels throughout the day. It helped me notice some details that I might need to see a doctor about. Oh my god, that's delicious. I didn't realize how much
That looks
guilt
really
I
good.
carried about being a bad sleeper, and how it created like this cycle of pity where I didn't even get to appreciate the times when I do have like a lot of energy, because I thought that I just needed to be tired all the time. But now when I do feel like the sense of
You don't need to be
tiredness,
tired
and
all the
quick
time,
stretch
but
and some
I know what
water
she
can't
means.
quite fix, I take a nap. And guess what?
I don't see. It's like I don't like naps because if I take a nap, I won't sleep in the nighttime. I don't know how chronic nappers do it. You guys are super powered inhumans.
I sleep like a baby.
But yes, this was a very good video. Thank you so much for answering progress for why are you so tired. I've been wanting to go on walks in the morning, especially to give my dog some exercise also. So maybe I'll try some of that. This video was really informative. I thought they would go more into like REM cycle and like the cycles of sleep and stuff, but what they did was also good. I think the professional gave a lot of good background, and I guess some people actually do think that it's just that easy to go to sleep. It's that easy to just put your phone in another room, like focus on sleep. But yeah, I guess like it kind of just depends on what works for everybody. But if you like the video, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching it with me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. Goodbye.